Hi everyone. In this video, I'll be solving Cambridge AS Level Information Technology Paper 2 Practical for the year October-November 2019. These are the files required. The first task is the video editing task. This has been already done and uploaded. You can find the link in the description. I have already done till step 5. Next we have to start from step 6. Describe 5 benefits of normalization. Normalization is the process in which we organize the database in such a way that data redundancy or data repetition is removed. So in normalization, we break down a table into symbol tables so that data repetition is removed. So we have to write what are the benefits of normalization. So in the evidence document, I have already given the advantages of normalization. The storage capacity will be less as there are no repeating data. The database is easy to search and the data amending is easier in normalized tables, and the integrity of the data is maintained, and normalized data will contain only atomic data. So these are the benefits of normalization. Next one, a query has been designed to help a company which sells cars to search their database, analyze and evaluate this query. So you can see how the query is given here. It's not given as any particular criteria. It is given as a message to the user, enter vehicle make, or this is known as a parameter query or dynamic query. When this query is run, the user will be asked to enter the vehicle make, vehicle model and vehicle fuel type, so that the user can enter the criteria according to his choice. This type of query is known as a dynamic query. We have to evaluate this query. So in the evidence document, as evidence 3, I have given the features of dynamic query. It is a dynamic query and dynamic parameter query which will prompt the user for input, and we can type the input according to our choice, and whenever we run the query, the dialog boxes will appear asking for the user to type the input. So this is more flexible than static query, because in static query it will allow us to run only a particular criteria. So these are the features of a dynamic query. Next, coming into the practical task here, employees in Elmov who work with tourists have to be registered. This data will be stored in a database. All reports must be to A4 page in portrait orientation, and all the text must be 12 points high. The client has decided that all database field names must be short, meaningful and consistent. Field names may contain underscores but no spaces. Using suitable software, open and examine the data in the file employees.txt. Use this data to create a relational database normalized to third normal form. So the file which is given is employees.txt. You can find the file here, employees.txt. It's a text file. So we need to convert it into a tabular format. So let's open this file in Excel. Open Excel. Click on open. So when you open your folder, you will not find the file here because it's a text file, and this will open only Excel files. So you have to change it here. Click on all files so that the file will appear here. Select employees, click on open. So since it's a text file, it will give you this option. You have to click on next, and in the text file each field is separated by a tab space. Click next and click on finish, so that we'll get the data in a tabular format. This is the data. So first let us give proper field names. So surname, forename, birth date, job, place of employment. You can write office. This can be given as address line 1 or address 1. And we can see there are 4 fields of address here. So we'll name it as address 2, address 3 and address 4. There is a blank column here. Just delete that. Date employment started. So let's name it as date employed. So now we have to normalize this table. So in order to normalize the table, we have to split the table into 2 and give a primary key to each table. So when we look at this table, you can see that surname, forename, birth date, job, all these are the details of the employee, and the date employed is also the detail of an employee. And here these are the details of the office and the 4 address fields. So let's split the table into employee table and office table. So first I'll copy the data related to office and all the address fields. Copy this and open a new workbook. You can paste it there. So here you can see many of the office names are repeating. So let's remove the duplication of data from here. Click somewhere inside the data, click on data, remove duplicates, give OK, and you can see now only 24 unique values are there, including the field name. So these are the office names. Now let's give a primary key for this table, office ID. I will give as O1, O2, like that. One office ID I'll be giving here as the primary key. So unique office IDs are given for each office. So we can relate this office table with employee table through office ID. In order to do that, we have to insert a new field here. Insert a new field called office ID. Let's use a VLOOKUP function to get the corresponding office ID of each of the office shown here. So the lookup value will be the office, table array will be the new table which we did here. Select this table, and column index is the 6th column. The office ID comes in the 6th column, so 6 and then 0. So the office ID is there. So now this will be the foreign key for this table, and this is the primary key in this table. So we can create a one-to-many relationship. So the office table is ready. Let us save this, save as office, and save it as a CSV file. Since we are going to export this into a database, let us save this as a CSV file. Now let's create the employee table. For the employee, we need surname, forename, birth date, job, then we need this office ID for the relationship, and the date employed. This is the date employed. Now let's copy this to a new sheet. When you are pasting, please paste as values, as it contains values from formula. So paste it. Let's close this original table. We don't need it anymore. So we have the two tables here. Now let's name this as employee, employee data, and save it as CSV. Let's give a primary key for this table, employee ID. E1, E2. It's optional to give the employee ID here, or else you can do it from the database by giving access, add a primary key. This is also fine. Anyway, you can do it. So you can see that when you pasted the data as values, the date format has been changed here for birth date and date employed. So let's change it back to the original format. Select the data in these two columns. Go to Format Cells and select Date Format. Give OK. Now, according to the rules of normalization, we have split the original table into two simpler tables, and we have removed the data redundancy or data repetition, and there is a relationship between the two tables through Office ID. So we have two tables now which can be exported to the database. So let's close this and start the database. Open Access. Click on Blank Database, and let's save this database inside the folder N19. Save inside your folder. Create. There will be a default table here. Let us remove that. Now let's import the tables. Click on External Data. Choose Text File. Select your folder. First the employee data, which we had saved as CSV file. Give OK. Click Next. First row contains field names. You can see here all the fields are text except the dates, birth date and date employed. Click Next. Next, the primary key is the employee ID which we had set. Check the data type. Birth date and date employed is date, and all others are text. Next, let's import the Office table. In Office table also, all the data are text data type. First row contains field names. The primary key is the Office ID. All are text here. Give OK. So we have the two tables here. Let us create the relationship. Go to Database Tools, Relationship, add the tables. So the relationship is from Office ID to Office ID. This is a one-to-many relationship. Create. So the relationship is created. Let us save this. So the database is ready now. Next one, a local business wants to present awards on 1st December 2019 to younger employees who on this date will have been in the same employment for over 10 years. Create a report with an appropriate title containing details of employees born after 1990 so that it is grouped and formatted like this. So we have to create a report like this. For that we should create a query first. If you look at the report, you can see job description or the job is given here. The office name and the 4 address fields are shown here. The name and surname is given, and the 2 dates, which is the date of birth and the date employed, that is also required. So let's create a query with all these fields first. Create query design, select both the tables, add. Now let's add the fields which are required. We need the job, office name, all address fields, double click on each field. Then we need surname, phone name, birth date and date employed. These are the fields required. Now let's give the criteria. Here they have given, we need the details of all employees born after 1990. So we need all the date of births which are after 1990. So we have to give the criteria greater than. After 1990 means we have to give the last date of 1990, which is 31st December. So 31/12/1990. So you can see this is the criteria which is given here, greater than 31/12/1990. Let's run the query. You can see all the date of births after 1990 given here. Come back to the design view. Now the next criteria is we have to make sure these are given to the younger employees who have been in the same employment for over 10 years. So the awards are given on 1st December 2019. So we need all the employees who have completed at least 10 years. If they need to complete 10 years on this date, they should be at least employed on or before 1st December 2009. So we have to give that criteria also. In date employed, it must be less than or equal to 1/12/2009. So if they are employed on this date or before that, then only they will complete 10 years on 1st December 2019. Let's run the query. So you can see there are 11 records which satisfies this criteria. Now save the query. Now let's create the report in this format. If you look at the report, you can see the report is grouped. It is first grouped according to job, then according to office and the address fields. So let's create the report. Create report wizard. Add all the fields. Click next. Next. Now let's give the grouping. So first it should be grouped by job, then it should be grouped by office. And we need to include the 4 address fields along with office. That can be done from the report design. Then click next. Click next. It must be portrait as they have specified in the beginning of the paper. Click next. and we have to give a title. Let us give that from the report design. Now click on finish. You will get the report this way. We have to do some arrangements so that it will look like this. So go to the design view now. You can see there is a job header here and there is an office header. So we have to bring the address fields to the office header. So let's make this office header a little more wider here. And the office should start from this line so that it is properly aligned. Now let's bring the 4 address fields to the office header. Bring address 1, address 2, address 3 and address 4 here. Now the other fields, surname, full-name, birth date and date employed. It's towards the end of the page. Let's move this to the beginning. You can check the layout view. So according to the report, we don't need to show the field names here, only the data is required. So let's go to so these field names which are shown here need not be given here. So let's remove that, and we have to bring all this data into one page so that it does not spread across the other pages. So go to the design view again. Let's delete all this. Delete all the fields from here, and you can remove the space from here for the page header. You can remove the page number. Now according to the question, forename is shown first, then surname. So let's bring the forename first, then surname. Now go to the layout view to adjust the data. Reduce the extra space. Make sure all fields are visible. Now we have to give a title and we have to write report prepared by the candidate details. Go to the design view. Awards given to younger employees, born after 1990, who completed 10 years on December 1, 2019. According to the question, the background is black, so right click, fill color, black, and click on this box, text box, right click, font color should be white. Increase the width here. We should also write report prepared by. So go to the design, click on a label box, report prepared by, your name, candidate number and center number. It should be little bigger and the color should be white. The text color should be white. Now if you look at this, you can see the forename and surname. Background color is a dark gray with a white text and the dates are a light gray with white text. So let's give that. These are the names. So forename and surname. Right click. Fill color must be a dark gray and font color must be white. Birth date and date employed. Fill color must be a light gray and font color is white. Now according to the question, all the text must be 12 point. Set this to 12. Now let's check the layout view. Also you can see for the job, alternatively the gray color is shown here. Here there is white and here it is gray, light gray. So that also need to be set. Go to the design view. So right click here, this is the job header, right click. Go to fill color. So first fill color is white. Again right click. You have alternate fill color, that must be a light gray. Now if you check the layout view, you can see here this is white, then gray, white and gray. So alternatively the color will change. So this is the report which we need to prepare. Next one, create a report to display only the employees who are trainees. Identify for each job described how many trainees work in each place of employment. The report must have an appropriate title, display grid lines, be in a tabular format and display the place of employment as row headings. Do not include totals for each place of employment. So this is a cross-tab query. So let's save this and close. create another query with the required data. Go to query design, add the table. We need to display the employees who are trainees. So we need job, then how many trainees work in each place of employment. So we need office, and in order to count how many trainees are there, any data related to the trainees or the employees. So let's add job, then office, and let's add the employee ID so that we can count how many workers are there. And one more criteria is there. We need only the employees who are trainees. If you run this, you can see the job. There are different types of trainees here. So in the criteria of job, we have to give star trainee star, which is used to find all the employee details or all the job details which contain the word trainee. So star trainee star. Now let's run the query. You can see all the jobs which contain the word trainee is shown here. So the required data is ready. Save this. Now let's prepare the cross-tab query to show how many employees work at each office. So go to create, query wizard, cross-tab query, give OK. We need the cross-tab query from this one, query 2. So select queries here, query 2, next. Which field do you want as row heading? They have told you display the place of employment as row heading. So the office must be the row heading. So add office here, click next. Which field do you want as the column heading? Now of course job is the column heading. So click next. And employee ID is used to count how many employees are there. So choose the function count here. Click next. Click on finish. So this is the required data. Now we need to create a report. Now we need to include totals for each place of employment. So the totals are given in this column, so we don't need to include this. So let's make the report. Create report wizard, add all the fields except total. So remove it, then click next, next. It must be portrait. You can give a title, number of trainees at each office. So this is the required report. Go to the layout view. Make sure all the field names are completely visible. Go to the design view to give the grid lines. The grid lines must be displayed. Click on design, property sheet. So we need grid lines for these field names and the data. So select the field names and the data. Now go to border style. Border style must be solid, and we have grid line here. Grid line top, left, bottom. So grid all must be solid. Now let's go to the layout view. You can see the grid lines here. Date and page number can be removed. So these are the details with the grid lines. Now all the data except the title must be 12 point according to the question. Make sure it is 12, and you can make it black so that it's more clear. Now let's export this as a PDF file, trainee followed by your center number and candidate number. Save this. So this is the report. Right click, export as a PDF. It must be saved as trainee followed by your sender number and candidate number. So now we have a PDF file trainee in the folder. Save your database as November 19 followed by your center number, candidate number. We have already saved it as N19. So let's just rename it. November 19 followed by your center number and candidate number. So this is the end of the database task. Thank you.